But maybe it teaches you how to be a good content creator in your young age.
What? Knowing
Blogging.
how to watch a sitcom about a blog.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch it. I just saw it for like a sec. Like I couldn't tell you like a plot of an episode.
Well,
I
that's
was just like,
good. That's
I
good.
just I just remember the golden retriever talked, but it was one of those things where like it doesn't move. They just had a voiceover over the dog, and they're like, oh, it's talking.
it's just
Wait,
it's just the owner doing the dog's voice.
was
Yeah,
it the
pretty
same
much.
dog from Bush's Baked Beans?
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's a
'cause
very
that dog
popular
can
dog.
talk.
That dog gets a lot of work.
That dog couldn't keep a secret for shit.
No, it couldn't. That dog was Airbud too.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Oh, dang.
Those dogs, man. Probably,
He
probably
auditioned. He auditioned for Homeward Bound, but he didn't get it. And eventually he worked his way up.
And so he probably did stunts for Lassie too.
Oh yeah, nah. Lassie was a little before his time, but his dad was his dad auditioned for Lassie.
I'm aging myself.
Oh yeah, I know Lassie kind of.
Rin Tin Tin, right?
Sure.
Actually, I want this closer. All right, that's cool, man. That's fun. I'm not gonna put that part in there. I just thought we'd.
I was gonna say, are we rolling or is this cold open? Like, is this? I don't know how this normally goes.
I like to just do a little bit of banter, a little bit, and then introduce the show. It
Okay,
makes people feel more included, I think, in my opinion, anyway.
that's fair. Is my audio coming in? I got a fan going on above me. I can turn it off if you can hear it.
I don't believe so.
Perfect.
I have a fan above me too, so I think they cancel each other out.
Good. Who needs room tone when we just have the same room?
Maybe. Just close the door so we
Mhm.
can't echo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my bathroom door's open. It's fine.
Hey, what is up? Welcome to the Hypothetical Comedy Podcast. I am Funky Sam Medina.
And I am Athena Rodriguez.
And why are you laughing so hard?
Because you're just like, hey, welcome.
Okay, anyways, we're here today with the comedian with the cool hair, Brian Bueche. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man?
Whoa, cool hair. I didn't even think that'd come through on the Zoom screen. Thank you. I put zero prep into this and it looks good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Man.
It
You're
looks
very
cool.
welcome. I
Thank
think
you. Bald dudes hate me.
you said something about your hair on your Twitter, so I figured it was part of your act.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Well, because like sometimes I'll do shows and like someone like the host will be like an older bald guy and he'll be like, "This next guy, I hate him," and then I go up and I'm like, "Hi," I'm like, "Sorry,
That's cool.
I
Does
don't
it
wear
do
hats.
tricks?
I take care of my hair." What?
I don't wear hats either. I used to wear hats a lot in my 20s, but I don't wear hats either, and I think that's
Yeah.
good.
I've always been told you're not supposed to wear hats. So you're supposed to move around the follicles and stuff. So is the
Oh.
video going out to anywhere, by the way? Because I don't want to tease people with these luscious locks, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden they're
no,
like,
it's just audio. So if they
all
want
right,
to
people,
see
you're
the
gonna have
hair,
to
you
you're
have
gonna
to
have
find
to
you on social media, or
you gotta
you have to go to
you
Long
gotta use
Island.
your imagination.
Hell yeah, man.
Go to a show.
You have to
Come to
find
my
you.
shows.
Yeah.
I'm in New York.
Hell yeah, you're from Long Island.
Yep. Oh yeah. I don't give off Long Island energy, but don't worry, the rest of my family does, so it's fine.
Maybe that's why you don't give that energy off because you're trying to
Yeah.
resist it.
That's 100% what it. Listen, I have 5 cops and 2 pizza places in my family. Like it's very Long Island.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. The pizza places, if it helps though, they are good
Oh,
objectively.
nice.
If they were bad, it'd be like, all right, come on. Like, but they're good.
I mean, if they're bad, then you just wouldn't mention them.
Yeah, well, it was in-laws that came into the family too. So when I found that out, I was like, I went to their place one time and I was like, if this is bad, so help me. Like,
Disgrace.
well, like my cousin-in-law was like, oh, come over. Like, I'll let you have a slice on the house. And I was like, all right, well, if it's bad, I'll definitely hold you to that. But if it's good, I'll pay for it,
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Good. It's very
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Another thing about I was watching some of your bits online. Not to age myself again, you did a bit where Billy Joel was one of the punchlines because if it was anywhere Long Island, it'd be at a Billy Joel concert. Is Billy Joel like a super icon out there in New York, Long Island?
I'm from the same hometown as him.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to the same high school as him.
That's crazy.
And he dropped out to go do this music thing. I mean, I
hope it works out. I hope it works out for him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's on the up and up, so hopefully it works out. But no, he actually came back a couple years ago and like got like an honorary degree or something. And he came and did a speech, and everybody's like, "I didn't like this speech." I'm like, "Shut up, he's here!" Like, God, oh, so entitled. Like, Billy Joel is here. Scenes from an Italian restaurant is about 2 blocks that way, and you're like, oh, he could have cleaned it up a little bit. Like, come on. Bro, Jesus.
Have you seen him in
Ridiculous.
concert?
What's that?
Have you seen him live?
I saw the closest thing I've seen was 11 years ago when after Sandy they did that 12-12-12 concert at Madison Square Garden. I did actually watch that on TV. That was every boomer's favorite lineup. It was like Eddie Vedder, Paul McCartney, Tom Petty, Billy Joel, and then Kanye for some reason. Like he was very out of place in that. It was like every white boomer's favorite musicians, and then Kanye, who was just on stage, no production design. He was wearing like a trash bag and just I think I forget what song he played, but you could feel the audience was like very confused because it was just a bunch of old white people.
Yeah, I think he was trying to fit in though.
He was.
Trash bag.
I mean,
I saw Billy Joel in concert one time with my mom. I was like 19, so this is like forever ago. But it was super fun. It was a great time. We were actually behind the stage. We were like maybe 5 rows behind the stage. So he had his back to us for most of the concert, but we were like right there, like very close to his back. And then for one song, he turned around and he faced us. And then he looked at the audience that was in the VIP deal in front. And he goes, "Who has the shitty seats now?" And he played a song facing us. So that was pretty neat.
I have heard that he will purposely buy out the front row, and then he'll have people go into the back and find like some super fans and bring them up front because he doesn't he doesn't want the front row to be a bunch of suits that are like not paying attention. He wants like working class people who like can't necessarily afford those tickets but are like huge fans to go down there. So I respect that.
So cool.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
Granted, he's in a position where he can do that because he sells out MSG every couple months. But
yeah, right. I mean,
the fact that he's he doesn't have to do that. So the fact that he can, he takes advantage of it. So I respect him for that.
Well, next time you get on in the Comedy Cellar, make sure you buy all the tickets so you can give them to your friends.
Yeah, next time. I'll call up. I'll call. I can't even jokingly name the person. I don't even know who books there. But yeah, next time, totally.
Next time, hell yeah! I just made up a place, so I don't know if that place actually exists.
What, the Comedy Cellar?
Yeah,
it's real. I've been there. I just haven't actually performed there.
That's cool though.
I took a class there a couple months ago, so I did like the Cellar Underground or whatever. It's like around the corner.
Oh,
it's a cool room.
Nice. I think that was that the room that was featured in Crashing? Not Crashing. Yeah, Crashing.
I don't think I've never seen Crashing, so I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine.
So the cellar itself is downstairs. Like you have to go down like a staircase and then it's there. But this it's Village Underground. It's around the corner, but it's like ground level.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. So what's it like for you growing up in Long Island?
Oh God.
On Long Island?
I don't even fucking know. It's on Long Island, I think, but like, these are the same people that get mad when you tell them that Brooklyn and Queens are technically on the same landmass. So, like, no, it's not Long Island. I'm like, the map begs to differ. So, yeah, it was, it's very suburban, at least where I was. Long Island's an interesting spot. I always say it's like Jersey, but doesn't get the crap that Jersey gets. Because like everyone's always like, oh, Jersey is the worst place in the country. I'm like, all right, like we're here. Long Island is like Jersey if they had New York State economy. That's kind of how I view it. Where like they get the money to finish the construction projects that make the highway smell. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think Jersey has the worst rap though because of that television show. Jersey
Which
Shore.
one? Which one?
All of them. All of them. No, but Jersey Shore, man.
2 things. Number 1, half of them are from Long Island anyway. Or Staten Island. And number 2, we have the Long Island medium. So, I mean, we're not much better.
Yeah.
And the Real Housewives of Long Island, and Carfellas. Carfellas is a great one. You should check that out. It lasted one season in like 2011. It's about three Italian dudes who I think they fix up cars. I think that's what it, or like they like flip cars or something. But like all they do is scream at each other in a very, very clearly scripted ways.
And they're from New York, so it's like Goodfellas, but it's with cars.
Oh, that's exactly. I mean, one of
That's
the dudes
awesome.
literally has a tattoo of the Italian flag on his calf.
Oh wow!
It's like that kind of thing. It's like, and they're like, so Long Island is like the comedy scene in Long Island is really just Governor's Comedy Club, Brokerage, and McGuire's, which are all owned. They're three different clubs, but they're all owned by the same people. So it's very like the comics that kind of go through there are very like the house comics are very like Italian, very blue collar. Like those guys are friends with the owners, so they'll be at shows a lot.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
During COVID, they had like a protest like not being able to open up indoor venues, and like they were there. Like there was like pictures with the Carfellas guys like posing with people, like fuck you Cuomo, like that kind of thing. I was like, this feels very correct. It just feels right.
It does. Absolutely
They're
does.
just passionate. They're just very passionate.
Very passionate.
Just so passionate.
So
At
what point in your life did you discover and kind of fall in love with stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird. I loved it for a while, but it never occurred to me for a while that I could actually do it. You know what I mean? So like I probably got into it when I was like 13, 14. Like my first big comic that I liked was, and I know it's kind of an edgelordy name, but George Carlin was the first one that I really got into. And I found him out when he died. I remember seeing online, like on like AOL News or something, I saw like George Carlin dead at 72 or whatever it was. And I had heard of him. Like I knew who he was. I knew he was like considered like one of the greatest comedians of all time, but I didn't really like watch him too much. So that day it was in the summer. I was at home from school and I was like, all right, let me check out George Carlin. And I became the most edgelordy 13-year-old on the planet. Like that's not a good age to get exposed to George Carlin because you're already angry. And now it's like, all right, you're like, listen, the elites are they fucking go fuck yourself. Like, it's not. I like brag to people about how I was the first atheist at Hicksville High School. Like, it was not good. It was rough, but then the other people I liked Russell Peters. I really liked like Pablo Francisco, like his movie trailers bit. I always loved that. Dane Cook, back when he was big for like 2006, and that was it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't way into Dane Cook back in the day. But I was saying about Carlin, I could see like not really being into him as a kid because the things he would say would probably go over a lot of kids' heads. You had to be a little bit older to really grasp what he was talking about. But he's amazing. Yeah, he's amazing.
I mean, I pretended I got what he was talking about. I think a lot of that stuff now hits a little better now because I'm an adult and I get it.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid, you're just like, yeah, he says fuck you a lot. Yeah. Like, all right.
He does.
My first introduction with George Carlin, though, was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's what made me really like him as like this really cool dude. And then I found out later that he did stand-up comedy, and I was like, what the hell? It like blew my mind.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I think the first time I saw him was in Scary Movie 3 when he was in like the Matrix parody.
Oh, dang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know who he was. I was just like, oh, this old guy. And then I was like, oh, that's one of the most decorated comedians of all time. It's like,
good for him. He's awesome. He like reinvented himself a bunch of times and everything.
He really did.
Yeah, that's a tough thing.
Have you seen his documentary?
I mean, there's a documentary for everything, so who knows?
Yeah,
there's too many documentaries. We really we don't need that many documentaries these days,
Yeah, well, it's a docu-series, so it's a little bit different.
Okay.
But it came out like a year or two ago. It's really good. If you get a chance, I do recommend watching it.
Let's look this up. Documentary. Oh, I remember this. Yes, I remember when this came out. It had that really cool poster where it was like him, and then like on his head it was like a bunch of different versions of him.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Good
I'm a sucker for a good like poster because I think it's kind of a lost art form. Like if you can make a really good eye-catching poster that's like creative and like speaks to what the subject of the piece is, it's like, all right, I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Especially like since I'm into comedy and wrestling, I'll take a good poster any day.
I bet.
And music, I love music too. All those kinds of posters and shit. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So at what point did you like decide that comedy was something you wanted to do?
So let's take it back a little bit. So George Carlin, I became very angsty, very angry. I was a very shy like kid. Like when I was in high school, I really didn't have a lot of friends. I was very quiet. I didn't really go out and do a lot. I mean, 10th grade, you could count the number of times I went out on a Friday night on one hand. Like it was, so towards the end of high school, I had some friends that were into like theater and stuff like that. And they were in this like independent, like improv group that they all kind of formed together and would like do shows at like this local community center. So I saw that and then I was like, I remember being very like in awe of the fact they were able to just go up on stage and do a thing. So I was like, I want to do that. Like, I don't like how shy I am. I want to be outgoing. I want to be someone who can put myself out there. So I tried a little bit of theater. I auditioned for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I can't sing. I can't. I was like, listen, this isn't about music. This is about funny. Okay. I don't care. And then auditioned for the spring show. I got a call back, and then I didn't end up getting cast. College, I decide I'm going to do improv. So I became an improv boy for a little while.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is. Well, for me, I'm on the outside.
Yeah.
I'm on the outside looking.
I always put it this way. Good improv is really, really good. Bad improv is, oh boy, it's rough. Like I say, like improv has a wider spectrum of good to bad than stand up. Like bad stand up is like, all right, whatever. There's only how bad can it be? It's just a person saying terrible things on stage, But good stand up's really good. But like great improv is like standing ovation level good, and then bad improv, like you're like, oh no, because it's like watching a couple silently fight in an airport. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all that, like, you could feel all those terrible feelings, but it's not really entertaining to watch. I think that's kind of how it. Well, because when people aren't in sync, like, you have to be really in sync with everyone you're in a scene with. And if you're not, it's like, you're just like, fuck. Like, there's no way to really, you can, but it's really hard to, like, kind of build yourself up in the middle of a show,
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So how was it when you started doing improv?
I was really bad.
Oh, dang.
Really bad. Because I hadn't performed. I barely knew how to speak in a conversation, let alone like in a performing, So I was so behind. And that's the thing about me, I realized, is that with any skill, I feel like I always really, really suck at something, like worse than everybody else. But then out of pure spite, I get way better. Like I not to brag, I have a lot of what's the word? God, I'm trying to think.
Improv trophies.
Improv trophies.
Is that what you have a lot of?
No, I was going to say I have a lot of, God, what's the word? Perseverance, I guess. Is that the word? Like, I'm not, like, I will keep going. And I'll be like, no, I'm going to get good at this. I don't care. Out of spite. So I got very good. I got good.
You are a New Yorker, man.
I really am. I'm like, I'm going to succeed just out of spite. Yeah, I got very good. I got really good at it. I feel like if I looked back on videos of me doing improv, I'd be like, that was garbage. But at the time I was like, this is pretty good. And then while I was in college, one of my troupe members, a couple of them actually, but one really in particular did stand up. And there was like an open mic at the school, like every Thursday at like the library. And it was mostly music and really bad slam poetry. So a couple of us would just go and just try to work on jokes and stuff. And the crowd there actually really liked us because we were like the only people doing stand-up. So they were like, good, refresher, please, something new, So that was kind of nice. And then I didn't really start doing stand-up a lot until really like early 2018. Like that's really when I got into it. My first show was a bringer at Gotham, on like a Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. We've all done those. Not a Gotham.
Oh yeah, I've done quite a few of those. I've done done many of them. Now I just book my own shows. I'm like, why don't I just do 30 and bring 15 people and just record it,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I started doing it then, and that's kind of where I haven't really done improv at all since like 2020. I mean, I did some stuff at the Magnet Theater after that. I was actually very close to being able to audition for a house show or a house team there. And then COVID happened. So whoops, everything got shut down. And I haven't really gotten back into improv since. I kind of did a lot of Zoom stand up, which actually I feel like kind of helped me personally, because at the time I wasn't a good writer with stand up. Like I would have some funny jokes, but it was more like the blind squirrel finding the nut, where I just didn't really know why it worked. I just kind of happened to like trip into a good joke.
Yeah, I've been there.
And so during COVID, I kind of was like just very focused on writing, just very focused on like how to structure a joke and how to make it work. And, as a result, I became a pretty good writer, and I think I'm good at it. I mean, I don't know, you can't really see it right here, but I'm such a fucking psycho. That's a whiteboard full of jokes right there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool though. It's a good way to keep track.
Hell yeah.
Just imagine it, to the viewers, to the people listening. Just imagine a big whiteboard behind my head full of stuff. Let's see. Karate is like dance for boys. Stuff like that. Because you don't really learn to fight when you take Taekwondo. You basically just learn how to do a choreographed set of moves. Like that's not going to help you if you're getting mugged. Not some dude's not going to be like, give your money. Like, hold on, let me do combination 3. I got you right now. Like, hold on. Like, bow and like.
I think after all that karate, you could probably run faster.
You would think. I could run really fast through a wooden board that's specifically designed to get broken by a 6-year-old. I can do that.
Wait, did you take karate?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you speak from experience.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. I went to it was not good. It was a karate camp run by like a white dude named Mike. So already like we were Cobra Kai. My parents were setting me up to be Cobra Kai. Like, come on. In fairness, it was an offshoot of like a different school that was run by an old Korean guy. So I haven't seen Karate Kid enough to know if that's the story, but like we might literally have been Cobra Kai, because I don't know if that was a thing where like the bad guy in that movie and the Karate Kid like used to be under Mr. Miyagi but then left. I don't know, but if that is, my mom really set me up to be the bad guy here.
Yeah.
I got my black belt at age like 11, so I'm like, all right, I feel like this isn't legitimate. It was just memorizing forms. Like you just be like, like just do that in a choreographed, like rehearsed way, and you get your another color. I'm like, I feel like this isn't legitimate,
Yeah.
I agree, because you remember when Riley was taking karate, and then my son's grandma was trying to show off that she took some karate with, my son. And then at a party, she kept saying, okay, let me show you some moves I know. Grab my arm. And we were looking at it like, nobody is going to assault you and say, hey, where would you like me to grab you from? So
well, in fairness, they're not going to say, where do you want me to grab you? Because she said, my arm.
Grab my arm.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say she was going to do a thing from Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh my gosh, that's so freaking.
That'd be even better.
She's going to break the wrist, walk away. Break the wrist, walk away. That wasn't the place I went to wasn't that ridiculous. It was like a couple steps below, but it was like similar. It was in that same direction.
So, do you think the improv helped you when you started off stand-up? Like, do you think that gave you like the stage presence and stuff?
Yes and no, to some degree. I think improv and stand-up are kind of the opposites in a lot of ways. Because stand-up, you go up and you have your jokes, and like, this is how you say this joke, this is the timing, this is, you put it before this joke, you put it after this one. But you do have to be kind of open to the idea of like, you might get crowd work, you might have a crowd that's not into certain jokes, you have to change up your material a little bit. Whereas improv, it's kind of different because it is completely made up on the spot. But if you're doing like a long form show, there is a structure to it. You're doing a Harold or an Armando or whatever, like you're doing those types of improv games. They do have a structure, like, okay, scene, some sort of game, scene, some sort of game. So it's sort of like, controlled, it's like, how do I put this? Stand up is like scripted, with some improv. Improv is improv with some level of scripting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's I never thought of it that way. That's very smart.
Yeah. And then when I was doing improv in college, like I was known for doing a lot of like voices and act outs. Like I was the impressions guy. Like I was known for, which is weird because I don't really do that in stand up because I think I was like afraid to. So I could imitate every single person in our team when I was in college, like every single one. I remember like our last show, I literally just imitated for one of the games we did, I just imitated every single person in the group that was leaving just to like.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah, though. It was great. Yeah, in stand up, I didn't really do that as much, and I think it was because I had to like learn how to formulate a joke, and anytime you try to do like a big act out or a voice at an open mic, it never works. You know what I mean? Like it always falls flat because the audience wants jokes because they're all comics that are just working on their own material. So when you try to do something a little more like esoteric and a little more like, there's not going to be a big punch at the end. It's just the idea that gets laughs. It's just hard to do that. So in an open mic setting. So I kind of stopped and got away from that a little bit. I'm trying to get back into it now because I'm like, all right, there's too many white guys that are boring. I need to not be that. There's so many white dudes. They're like, okay, so I was at the bicycle store the other day and I went to the bicycle store. And the thing about it is sometimes you go to a store and the person there will be like, it's like, shut up. Like, who cares?
Well, you're still young in your comedy career. I think once, you get a solid foundation and you're more comfortable with it, you can probably add impressions into it more improv style as well.
Oh yeah, and I got like I do certain I got my Bobby Bueche impression, like I gotta go to the Mets game and then I'm gonna play guitar and after that I'm gonna go to school and then I'm gonna roll some doobies. Like I can do Adam Sandler all
That's
fucking
awesome.
day. I could do SpongeBob, I could be like ah! Like it's not hard.
That's pretty cool. How long have you been doing impressions?
I mean, really, since I was like 13, like I was the kid on Xbox Live that would like just do voices into the mic on Halo, like Well, because I was really into anime when I was a kid. I mean, I still kind of am, but like I was really into like voice actors. Like I would love to hear like, oh, who's this actor plays this character, but he also plays this. And like I was always really into like the acting side of it. I was always like, oh, like it's so cool how like this actor sounds totally different playing this character versus this one. So like I've always wanted to do that, and voiceover is even something that I've always like wanted to get into, but I just didn't really know how to do it. And I'm kind of trying to get into that now.
Okay. That would be good for you to get into.
Oh yeah, for sure. The problem is like animation voiceover is like, there's like nothing. It's like, maybe 5% of the work is doing fun animation stuff. The rest of it is like audiobooks. And, there's also a lot of, that's probably all going to get replaced with AI at some point. Yay. So
yeah, I mean, I guess, it's good to have a backup plan if you make that like your career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because yeah, you're right. It may, but you can't beat the classic, impressions and voice and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's the thing. Whenever I go on YouTube and I see Evanescence Goofy cover AI, I'm like, nope. If it's not a person, I don't care.
Oh, dude, I saw on YouTube, it was like Eminem songs that are AI, and it's weird, and like it doesn't fully like make sense, and it's crazy. It's so crazy.
If I see the word AI in the title, I hit not interested. I'm like, nope. Yeah. I'm gonna kill this. It's a fruitless effort because the younger generation will be like, who cares, Grandpa? I'm like, I care. I do, but I don't care. I know you don't because you've grown up here. This is all you know.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's everywhere. It's taking over. Like you said, it's voice. It's now it's like art. You do AI art. All these.
Oh yeah, I work for an art gallery, so I see it a lot.
Oh wow, so you see it in more than one way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We just had one. We had a talk, and one of the NFT artists had a whole thing where she was like, there's a misconception that AI steals art. It doesn't. It just takes art that we put into it and then it mashes it together. I'm like, this is just the AI version of it's not plagiarism, it's research.
Yeah.
Like you're still like you're just putting stuff into a program and then it just spits out an amalgamation of it. Like you're not really. I know that's going to be the norm at some point, but like, don't act like this is...
Right, eventually it'll create something out of nothing, but not yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a few. I have a few friends who are like VFX artists, and they've said like AI is not at all at a place where it can take anyone's job right now.
Yeah,
Like
no.
she was like, and one of my friends was like, yeah, you could have AI do VFX, but it would make so many problems that would take weeks to fix that if I did it, I wouldn't have made those problems and could have had it done in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you basically like, sure, you could have you can have the AI do it, but then you're paying someone to fix the issues that would have been avoided with a
Even
person.
more
So
so than you'd be paying the original person.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
if you're an artist,
those,
you have to like, oh, sorry, you go.
I'll say those days where AI is going to take our jobs. I mean, that's probably not going to happen in our lifetime.
Hopefully not. I mean, again, exponential growth is one of those things, but I think it is, again, anytime there's a new technology, the part that people forget is that technology is not going to be implemented well because it's being done by corporate CEOs who suck at their jobs. And they're just like, oh, this is cheaper, do that. And it's like, all right, well, there's a lot of logistical stuff you're not thinking about. But they're like, I don't care. It'll look great for the shareholders. I'm like, ugh, okay, I don't even know what shareholders are.
Hey, so back to the voice stuff. I think that, like you said earlier, it's a good way to separate yourself from all the other white guys that are doing comedy.
Oh yeah.
So that's good. I think once you're able to implement that, that'll be really good. Have you done anything else like besides just like comedy or improv or anything like that with your impressions or your voiceover stuff?
Not really. I mean, I work at a place where I'm by far the funniest person there. So that's good. You know, I'm the funniest when I go work out at Crunch. I'm absolutely the funniest person in that room. So that's good. Like always, doesn't matter. You ever been to Crunch? There's no funny people there. When you have abs, you're not funny. It's just sorry.
I
Hot
think
take.
it takes away your funny when you chisel that stuff.
I know. I'm sorry, Matt Rife. Like, you can only be so funny. Like, I'm sorry. Like, good job, like riding that wave, but like, I'm sorry. Like, I would have done the same thing, but I'm sorry. Dragging a famous comic in the middle of a podcast. How cool am I? I'm sure he's a nice dude, but it's just like there's only so funny he can be.
It's better than in the middle of an open mic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. No. Oh, you're on the West Coast. I'm sure there's a lot of that too with him specifically.
There's everything, everything that happens, the submarine jokes, all those things, and there's all that stuff.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. I like when that Ocean Gate thing happened, I was like, I'm not even gonna touch it. I just can't. There's just nothing.
Same.
The only reason
same.
I had that reel about the Gilgo Beach thing. The only reason I had that was because I was like, this is personal to me. Okay. I have a reel about the Gilgo Beach killer. And I remember that story. I was like in high school and that was like a thing. And then I saw that those bodies were found on the beach in 2010. And I was like, fuck, I'm old.
Wow, I didn't
That's
know about
been
this.
13 years. It took 13 years to find this dude.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only reason I even like. I want to get better doing current events jokes, but it's also like it's tough because there's such a small shelf life, and if you don't get booked a lot, there's nowhere to really do it in a meaningful way. So by the time you get on another show, you're like, all right, well, this is, it's gone. So
Yeah.
So what was your life like 2018 when you're doing comedy and improv?
Well, 2018, I was still living at home on Long Island. Yay. I just graduated college. I actually briefly, I mean, as long as you could, I worked at a performing arts camp, up in Connecticut. It was like a sleepaway camp. It was for improv, sketch, and stand-up. So cool. It was this very fancy camp, full of very rich kids. I mean, all their parents lived on the Upper East Side. And basically they were different shops with different artists. There was like a glass blowing shop. There was crafts. There was, printing on t-shirts and stuff. Like there was all different camps. So I was the clown shop head. So that was comedy stuff. So like I said, it was sketch. We would do 2 big sketch shows every summer. We would do improv shows like every week, like once a week we do an improv show. And then we would do a little bit of stand-up. We did some stand-up workshops. There weren't that many kids that were that interested, unfortunately, but we did have some stuff. We actually had, that was kind of fun because one of the alumni at the camp is Mike Kaplan. So I got to know him a little bit. Cool. He came up a few times. He was very cool, dude. He's exactly like his persona. Like when you watch him on stage, that is him. Like he's very like, I'm like, oh, how was the drive? Oh, the drive was really good. I mean, it was really good, but sometimes it wasn't good. But that is how it works because life is. I'm like, okay, you are real. Like, this is you. He's a cool dude though. But yeah, so that was fun. I got to know him a little bit. I got to talk to him about like writing a little bit, and he's a guy who's fun to talk about writing with because if you ever watch him, he's so mile a minute, like just so like bullet quick, like just boom, 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 joke, 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 which I love. I think that's great. He's one of my favorite comics. I mean, my favorite comedians right now are like people like that are super rapid fire. I mean, Jordan Jensen is probably my favorite right now, but Mike Kaplan's definitely up there.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
If you're not familiar with Jordan Jensen, she is like one of the few comics in New York I would pay money to see. She's that good.
Nice.
Like she should be bigger than she is. She probably will. She's gonna blow up at some point. Like really, really blow up. But she's really, really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to look into her and see what she's doing.
Yeah, she's great.
That's cool. So what's it like for you when the pandemic happens?
Well, I also got kicked out of my apartment at that point too. That was fun.
That's
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I lived with a couple, and then like February 1st of that year, they come up to me and they're like, "Hey, so the girl was like, my parents are getting divorced, and my mom has nowhere to stay, so we're gonna have her live in your room." And I wasn't on the lease, so I was like, "Well, all right." I ended up finding a 5-bedroom in Brooklyn. I lived with one girl who never came out of her room, one dude who went home after he moved in and didn't come back for like 4 months, one dude who had a girlfriend who had a 2-year-old boy who would be running up and down the living room all day, every day, and then this dude that moved in like a month later who got married and divorced like 3 times while we were living there. So it was wild. It was good.
That sounds wild.
Yeah, it was fun. We ran an open mic on the rooftop of the building. That was fun.
Was that during COVID or was that right before COVID?
It was during. Yeah, I moved in April 2020.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So during the summer we ran an open mic on the rooftop, which was actually great.
That is so
because
cool.
I got to network with a lot of comedians I wouldn't have normally been able to network with. I should have networked with them more, to be honest. I'm not good at networking. Like I'm not good at talking to people. I really should have done that more. But a lot of those people now are off touring and passed at the Cellar and headlining across the country and yada yada. So I was like, man, I missed some opportunities there to like really get to know people. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, they still know you. You had them on a rooftop.
Yeah.
Mic. So,
oh yeah, I'm like, listen, you came to my mic. You owe me.
You came on my roof, man.
Ew.
Yeah, you sure did. Into the junkyard right next to it.
Oh dang.
Yeah, it was not the wiring for the Wi-Fi was terrible because it was like on a down. There was like a yard right behind it, and the tower was like down, like just on the ground. And they were like, "This is fine." And then we wondered why our Wi-Fi was so spotty.
So you're going from Long Island to Brooklyn. What's that like?
I wouldn't say it was anything crazy. I guess like it happened very happenstance. Like I just was like one day I was just in a bad mood and I was like, I like texted my friend like, I'm looking for a roommate, and he was like, yeah, actually I do. And then that's how it kind of went from there. Nice. Just pure happenstance. Yeah, I guess it was kind of nice. I mean, I would say my experience wasn't terrible. I already had a job in the city, so the transition wasn't too bad. I worked at this. I work in video production, so I was working in video for like this very small company, where I made not so great money. But when the pandemic hit, I was fully remote with them, and I was until I left like last year. So that was very nice. I was looking for another job right before COVID hit, and then that happened. I was like, I'm just gonna stay here because I don't know what the hell the job market is gonna look like right now. I was very lucky because they did lay off a lot of people, and I was able to keep my job. So I was like,
cool.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, good, because I ran live streams for these like different conferences and seminars and stuff, like very boring, like office-y stuff. So I was running them through my apartment's Ethernet. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like hundreds of people were watching live streams that were running through one 25-year-old's Crown Heights Wi-Fi. It was very fun.
And you just said the Wi-Fi wasn't great.
Oh, it was bad. Like it would go down constantly. It was the worst. It was so bad. Like every single day, it'd just be like crashing. It was awful. Yeah, luckily, next apartment I went to, I was like, I'm getting good Wi-Fi. I want the best. I want it hardwired. I am not dealing with this ever again. So yeah, that was great. But yeah, comedy was great. I mean, I like I said, I mean, it sucks to say, but I do think COVID did help me just to kind of like put everything in a pause. Like I was not feeling great about myself as an artist or as a comedian. I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think it was better for me to just relax and just worry about like, oh, I just want to just focus on how to write a joke, focus on how to, like do Zoom mics, do Zoom shows, like just do that and get to know people from around the world. And just, not worry about like, oh, I wasn't funny at this open mic. It's more like, oh, I wasn't funny in the Zoom call. I'm going to go into another one right now,
Yeah. And also,
there was a point where like every night there was like 3 or 4 Zoom mics a day. It was crazy.
Yeah, there were so many. I was gonna say 2 years in, you're still kind of finding your voice, so it's a kind of okay in that point to feel lost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Like that's
Yeah, but you kind of had the COVID kind of gave you a chance to kind of take a step back and put it in more perspective, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm still finding my voice now. I feel like I'm only just now at a point where I feel like I'm like good,
Yeah,
where
dude,
like,
I've been doing it for 13 years and I feel like I'm finally to a point where I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like it's always going to be that way. Like I'll be 20 years in. I'm like, no, I'm just now getting good. Like it's just watch out, boys. The career starts now. Like,
When I said I was getting good 5 years ago, this time I really mean it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're always improving. You're always going to be better than you were last. So it's like, if it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, now I'm bad. Like that's not going to be fun.
I went the
now
opposite direction.
Suck at this. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, but it was good in that regard.
How'd you get connected with the Zoom world?
People I knew. I mean, there's a Facebook group, New York. It's now called the New York City Comedy Scene, I believe. Oh. It was like New York indoor, and then parentheses said outdoor.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
it's now just New York Comedy Scene. But yeah, that was a Facebook group that was started to let people know like where Zoom mics were happening or outdoor mics or whatever. My name is on the spreadsheet many times on that because I have mics that changed and they just never updated it. Sometimes I still get DM'd on Instagram. People are like, can I set up your mic at the Tiny Cupboard? I'm like, I haven't hosted that in months, dude.
Wow.
But I'm like, still follow me though. That's fine. Please do that. So yeah, I mean, it was good. It was nice to just go, and like it was nice because it was very condensed. Like everywhere, there was only so many places you could go, so it was impossible not to run into people, and get to know people and stuff. So it was a lot of fun in that regard.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I did an outdoor show where I hosted it and I introduced Sam Morril and Rachel Feinstein. Like I wouldn't have been able to do that. Yeah, like I was it was a New Year's Eve show and I'm there, I'm hosting. It's like a couple like comics that are like good, and then the host comes up and he's like, or the producer, he's like, oh, by the way, Sam and Rachel are coming over. I'm like, who? He's like, Sam Morril and Rachel Feinstein. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, so I like went up, I introduced myself. I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? I'm Brian. Like, is there anything you want me to plug? And Sam's like, oh, just tell him I got a couple specials. I'm like, okay. Like, he was super, no, I mean, he was super chill. Like, he was like, whatever. He went up, did a couple minutes, Rachel Feinstein was like, where's the bar? I'm like, over there.
It's closed. It's COVID.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool though, because even those people are looking for places to go and do comedy and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it was nice. They just popped in, did some time, and I got to introduce them, and it was great. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without COVID.
Yeah.
I have a friend who booked Sam Morril to headline a backyard show out on Long Island.
Oh wow!
They got Mark Norman too. I didn't go to the Norman one, but I went to the Sam Morril one, and they got them to come to some backyard shows, and they had someone drive them out from the city. They paid him. I don't know how much they paid him, but I know it was quite a bit of cash. But that's stuff that you wouldn't have been able to do if not for the pandemic, because those guys are headlining all over the place right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. At that point, they're kind of desperate for work as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, we'll pay you $20 and some bubble gum. I'll be there.
It was I remember I went to go say goodbye to the guys and I saw they had a big wad of cash on them, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave them alone. They paid them quite a bit still. Damn. But I do remember seeing them with a big wad of cash, like kind of getting it ready, like by like outside, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna not bother them while they have that in their hands.
Yeah, that's cool. So were you hosting a bunch of stuff during the pandemic, or was it after?
I mean, during, after, I did a lot of stuff at like the Tiny Cupboard in Bushwick, which at one time was like the only comedy venue in New York City. They were doing a lot of rooftop shows. The rooftop is now no longer operational. It got shut down because the only way to get up on it was to get on the fire escape. But they do have,
Interesting.
yeah. It was cool though. It was right. The only thing that sucked about it is that it was like there was a fence behind you, and it had like a big neon sign that said "Tiny Cupboard." It was very cool. But the J train would run right through it. So every couple minutes you'd hear like just go by. It got to the point where when I would do like a show or a mic there, like the owner was like, "Don't even make a joke about the train because we've heard every possible thing you could say about that train." And I was like, "Fair enough." Like just power through it. Just power through it. It's fine.
Do you have to literally stop talking to let it go by?
Kind of a little bit, or you could just project over it. But like it was tough. It was one of the things where like you could project over it, but you're kind of like, you're like, bank robberies are great because sometimes you have to go. It's like it's just it's to the point where you're like, all right, just try and time it so the laughter happens during the train going by.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, now they're in the same building, but they're downstairs on the ground floor. They have the church is what they call it. It's like a big pink room. And I've seen it slowly morph from like a big white room with just some folding chairs to like an actual like really nice venue. So like they've done a really good job over there.
That's awesome.
Which that's
awesome.
kind of cool seeing the metamorphosis of that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And they're able to kind of keep themselves going during the pandemic with the rooftop shows.
Yep. Oh yeah. Like that was like the place to be for a little while because it was like there was nowhere else that was like doing comedy shows.
That is so cool.
That is really
very cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's it like for you when the pandemic lifts and you're back out into the world?
I wasn't getting booked as much. Or rather like you have to like go out and like you start going networking with clubs and stuff and you kind of figuring out where you want to go. And I don't really have a lot of great relationships with any clubs at the moment, unfortunately, just because I'm not good at networking. And a lot of those require recommendations and all that. So now I'm kind of in a place where I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. I've gone on the road a few times, which I find I like doing. I like being a road comic. You can actually catch me in Seattle headlining at a comedy bar on Capitol Hill in August 11th. So if anyone's listening, when does this podcast come out?
Probably not by then.
Well. Oh well.
How was it?
It was great. Oh my God. There were 17 talent agents in the crowd. It was crazy.
Oh man, you're famous now. Thanks
the president of NBC was like, "Hey, I own the company. You should actually be the CEO." I was like, "All right, if you say so." I'm every cast member on Saturday Night Live now. It's crazy.
Are you doing improv?
No.
Son of a gun.
No, I'm not doing improv. This isn't improv. What? I'm no-butting. That didn't work. That's the rule of improv. You're not supposed to no but. You're supposed to yes and.
We were talking about how you don't really have that Long Island vibe to you. But I know that some people, even though they don't have those things, even though they don't like exert it, sometimes when they get like really anxious or really angry at somebody, it comes out. Does that ever come out for you when you're anxious or angry at somebody?
Anxious, angry, no, but I do the Long Island accent a lot for fun. Just when I'm home and I'm like, all right, let's see what we got for dinner here. We got some pasta, we got some noodles, we got some biscotti, hey, we got some balsamic. Like I'll do that for fun. I know it well. I'm not actually Italian, but I have family like by marriage who are very Italian. So like I've been around it a lot. So I know the accent well. Like the kind that call it, they're like, "Hey, pass the mozz." Like they don't call it, they call it mozzarella.
Oh wow.
Or prosciutto,
Nice.
They're just like, what if we just take the last 6 letters of the word and don't say it? Basically it.
And that's Italian for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's also French.
Can you imagine if he had like he was doing that voice in his apartment and then like his neighbors thought he had like a very Long Island like partner? They're like, we never see your partner ever leave the apartment.
He lives.
I'm honestly, I'm totally cool with my neighbors thinking I'm fucking weird. I'm like, it's fine. If I ever get around to producing a show, I'm totally knocking on the door being like, hi, come to this show. You know, like, I'll do it. I don't care.
Right up to the Ring camera.
Oh, 100%. Well, we don't have one of those here, but we just have a bell.
Oh.
Someone likes to ring it every night at 1 a.m. and I'm like, who are you?
Oh, wow.
From outside?
Yeah, someone rings it like every night at 1 a.m. and I just ignore it. And like, because I made the mistake one time. I was like on the intercom that doesn't work. I was like, who are you? And the guy was like, Burr. Like I couldn't understand a word he said. So I was just like, I'm not letting you in. And then he just kept ringing for like another like 10 minutes.
Oh, damn.
Like, I mean, just laying into it. So I was like, cool, I'm not doing that ever again.
You can't like stop it or turn the volume down or something?
No, as far as I know, I can't.
Wow.
I mean, if I just don't answer, they just assume I'm not home and they probably move on to the next person. I can't tell if it's a homeless guy or just Amazon doing a delivery at like midnight. I cannot tell.
I mean, I can see like somebody who's kind of, mentally unstable going and just pushing all the buttons.
That's the thing. I'm like, it could be that. I don't know. But point is, if it's not a delivery, if it's not Grubhub, if I didn't order Grubhub, I'm not letting them in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's why that system's in place.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Basically.
My old apartment's had a camera on it, which is very nice, but this one does not, unfortunately. So we all got to make sacrifices in this dog eat dog world.
Yeah, we do. What are some things in comedy that you're looking to accomplish in the next year or two?
I want to get on the road more for sure. I want to do that because I find I love doing the road. It's easier to get paid. That's fun. I want to try and produce my own show. I'm kind of debating between whether or not I want to do like a standard, weekly or bi-weekly bar show, or if I want to do something that's a little bigger and a little more production value where I put money into, where I put money into like marketing and making sure like I pay comics really good money and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's tough to kind of balance those two or both. I want to do some more online content. I've been posting a lot more reels.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. They're fun.
They're fake. I don't care. I know you know that, but they're fake. I don't care. I shot them. I shot them right there. I just put a backdrop up because my feeling is online content is not real. I don't give a shit. Like nobody's watching TikToks and like really analyzing it. I'm like, this is just putting something out there to give me a number so I can go to bookers across the country and be like, hey, I have 10,000 followers. Did any of those people follow me because I posted good clips? No, but they might buy tickets. So that's all that matters, Because I've seen comics that do that. They post fake clips, it goes viral, and then all of a sudden they stop posting clips. And then you look on their website and they're touring consistently for weeks on end. And I'm like, oh, you got what you wanted out of that. Mm-hmm. So
that's interesting. That's a good way.
Comics get really mad when you talk about posting fake clips. Like they get really mad about it, but it's also like, I'm not using those with the idea that I'm not looking at that as an indication of how good I am at stand-up. That is purely just a numbers game on social media. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not setting out to be like a TikTok comedian. I'm setting out to be a comedian. You know what I mean? Like I want to go on the road. I want to tour. I want to have fun interactions with audience members. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm setting out to do. So as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of like how they say like in the 80s and 90s, you would do stand-up if you wanted to get on TV. It's like, all right, I'm getting on TikTok so I can do stand-up so I can get on TV. It's like a weird, it's just one extra step, but that's, to me, it's like, I don't consider it real. And also I really don't have much of it. You can see I have barely, I had 900 followers a couple of days ago and I lost 3 of them. I'm very mad about that, yeah. But I think they were bots that followed me and I didn't follow them back. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
I had a couple.
They're always fluctuating because counts are always getting banned and suspended, and
that too,
fake accounts and things like that. So if you lose 3, I mean, those are probably just 3 accounts that are no longer
exactly. But anyway, the point I'm making is that like I really don't have much of an audience. So is anyone gonna care? You know what I mean? Like if these videos don't work, I have 40 of them. Like I'm not kidding. Like I'm posting consistently until December. If it doesn't work, who cares? I can take them down. No one's going to care.
Exactly.
I have nothing. I'm not a big name comic that like, if people see that, they're going to think less of my brand. I don't really have one, but if it increases my follow count on social media and makes it easier to justify getting booked at clubs, then I got what I wanted out of it. And also, even if people don't like it, it's like, all right, well, I'm not hurting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not exploiting anybody. Like, I'm just posting mass produced clips. Like, it does, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really matter. So
The worst that'll happen is you just won't get any attention on it.
yeah, and that's fine. Like, if it doesn't work, I can delete them. Who cares? So that's, people, like I said, people, when I tell them that I'm doing it, because I don't want to like be like, I'm hiding it. It's like, no, I'm being very open about what I'm doing. Like, it's a game. And sometimes people are like, what? You're faking your clips? I'm like, yeah, because it's not real. Like, it's real jokes. Like, I did the work. Like, I do those at real shows and they kill. It's just I don't get a good video of it because the venue's lighting is not meant for video, So,
yeah.
Plus,
I mean, like you said, everything online content is fake. Like, you see these clips on Facebook, and not even of comedy, just of like people doing different things, and you're like, oh, these are so fake. These are so fake, And it's like there's like 4,000 comments going, "This is so fake." But guess what?
Yeah, it sure is.
They're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, and it's like, and I've gotten comments like that on YouTube. People are like, what do you think, left track? You're an idiot. I'm like, yeah, you're engaging. I got what I wanted out of it.
Right, exactly. Even like, negative comments are still comments.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I don't care. Like, this isn't hurting anybody, This isn't exploiting anybody. It's just a dumb video. If you don't like it, don't, comment and watch it 6 times over. Like, please comment on it, like it, put it out there more. Yeah, I want to double down. I want to do fake podcast clips. That's what I want to do.
Oh, one of my friends does that. He'll get a little clip of Joe Rogan asking a question, and then it'll cut to him like answering the question.
Oh no, I'm talking. I want me and like another comic to just do like sketches, like just of like podcast dudes just doing typical podcast stuff and just script it and like just post shoot like 20 of them in a day and then just like post them for a couple weeks.
Yeah, dude,
I want to do
that. Fun.
Fake man on the street interview, like just fake it all. Like, who cares? All it takes is one of them to catch lightning in a bottle, and then all of a sudden, you got 10,000 more followers than you did yesterday.
Yeah.
The best ones I've seen were like the funniest one I saw was a woman who was like they had a huge microphone and they were holding it like this.
Oh,
but you
like
could
this?
see they had a mic clipped to their shirt. So the microphone they were like holding on to and talking into wasn't even the right microphone.
See, I kind of like that.
It's just fake. It's just a prop. So it was just, I found that one really funny because I feel like that. The best way to like get people to talk about it is almost just being ridiculous about it.
And being obviously fake. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like if it's really, it's got to be fake enough though that it's like they think you might think it's real. Like if you know it's fake. Like you gotta they have to think the user thinks they're fooling people. I was thinking about
wants to be the one to tell you that it's fake.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. They want to be that. They want to. That's the internet in a nutshell. Just everyone has to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah. Yes.
The guy be like, actually, you're wrong, and I figured it out. Here's an hour and a half long video about how you're faking clips. And I'll be like, cool. Thank you. Do I get a cut of the monetization on that since I gave you that content? I'll take 50, please.
So you want to tell people where they can find your fake clips?
Oh, please. Oh, yeah. Well, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and what's the last one? TikTok. I have the same handle on all of them. It's Brian Bueche. It's BrianBoochy. All one word, no underscore, none of that. I have so many accounts on apps with the same handle. I have a Twitch account with that exact same handle, just in case. I've never used it, but just in case.
That's great.
No, that is good. Just to sign up for them, just take
Makes it easy.
Reserve it.
One day I'll get a blue sky. One day. You can find me on there. I post clips every Monday and Thursday. They're totally real, totally 100% real. They're real jokes. Like I've done them. Like I know. Whether or not you think they're funny or not is subjective, but audiences have generally given their approval on them. And again, this will be afterwards, but I will be headlining at the Comedy Bar on Capitol Hill in Seattle, August 11th, not April 11th. You can catch me at the North Carolina Comedy Festival, September 5th and 7th at the Idiot Box Comedy Club in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's going to be a great festival. I mean, it's going to be me and a lot of other comics who I can personally say are really, really, really funny. So you're going to want to check that out if you're in the North Carolina area. Is this the end of the podcast, or am I just plugging stuff and then we got like 20 more minutes?
No, I was wrapping up.
Okay, cool. I was like, it'd be weird if you're like, anyway, so what's the rest of your life been like?
I want to say, though, I think it's cool because you're like, oh, I'm not doing much or whatever. And then you're headlining shows and you're on these festivals. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. The headline thing, that was, I mean, look, that's how it always goes. But like, it's happenstance. I happened to get in touch with the venue at a time when they were looking to fill their lineup. And I have a 30-minute video, I have 10-minute videos. Like I have videos that I can send that are not publicly available, but I send them out to bookers. And,
same.
I think having a 30, that's one of the things, that's one advice if there's any advice I can give to other comics who are listening to this, who might want advice on how to work their way up, find a room, like a good private room, book all your friends, get them all to just come to the show, book yourself, do 30 minutes, record it, make sure it's a really good video, and that will help you so much. Because a lot of bookers outside of big cities, they'll say like, I want to book people and pay them a couple $100 to do 20, 30, 40 minutes. But if I don't see a video that proves you can do 30, I can't book you, So it's like, have that proof. Bookers aren't watching the whole 30-minute video. They just want to see it. They just want to know it's there. They'll watch the first couple minutes and then scrub through it and make sure it's, not edited or anything. But that's a big advice. If you want to take the next step, if you feel like you have legitimately 30 minutes, just book a room somewhere for yourself and just invite all your friends, your family, do 30 minutes and get a really good video of it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's good advice. That's solid advice. I might try to do that myself.
Yep.
But it's better if I, 6 minutes a comedy and then I switch to SpongeBob for about 12 minutes and then come back to the comedy.
That is true, yes, because at least it'll give them something to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
That sounded like more like a dig at you. It was not meant to be that. I'm sorry. I was not trying to insult you or anything.
You son of a gun.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You can find me at Funky Sam Medina across the board.
And I'm at She Shines For You, all spelled out, no numbers.
And everything else is at Hypothetical Comedy. Awesome, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.